So let's look firstly at the love principles. Let's look at a summary. We want to see how love principles envelop God's creation, like an envelope, actually. They surround all of God's creation. They surround, in fact, every principle and law as well. So remember, we had the principles. Just as there are a hierarchy of laws, so too there is a hierarchy of principles. And the love principle happens to be the highest of the hierarchy. However, it cannot exist without truth. So therefore, you could also say love and truth principles joined are the highest of the hierarchy. So that also means that every time you're not speaking the truth or you're out harming the truth, you are breaking every single law. Every single law. So this love principles ensures that love governs all the principles. So there being a hierarchy of principles, love governs all the other principles. The other principles could not exist, in fact, and would not be in the form they currently are without love governing them. It also ensures that love is enforced, compelled and upheld. Guaranteed, the majority of you had some problems with that statement. Yes? No? Yes. Yes. Because we don't see the term enforced or compelled in harmony with love, do we? We think love lets us decide. There's a major fundamental flaw in your understanding of love if you believe that. Love, in fact, compels. It enforces. You, believe it or not, while you're a free will being, every time you decide to do something out of harmony with love, love itself is already compelling you in the opposite direction. And there's a whole heap of systems that come into play that actually get you to correct your unloving choice or decision. So love is going to be upheld and compelled in your future at some point. Interesting thought, right? See, this is where many of us with children, we think, I had all these laws at home and I had all these things I had to do. Mum and Dad forced me to do all these things. So how I'm going to bring up my child is I'll just let them do what they want. Now, those parents who have tried that form of parenting end up with 2 or 3 or 4 little disasters on their hand by the time they're 5 years of age, and by the time they're 20 years of age, they're often maniacs and even sociopaths. Right? Because the reality is that a loving person would not do that. A loving person provides loving guidelines and a loving framework for their creations. Remembering, of course, that your children are not your creations, but rather God's. So God has provided a loving framework for children to exist and abide by. So love is going to be enforced and upheld by this principle. It's going to ensure that love is the thing that governs the universe. There is no option of anarchy in this universe. There's only the illusion of it. And many of us are still in that illusion, actually, because we don't agree with that principle. All creation, so love principles ensure that all creations experiences God's love in different degrees. So right from the smallest infinitesimal particle, right the way through to the human soul, everything actually experiences, and you can't say that they are all aware of the experience, because only a self-aware being can be aware of an experience. But love, all creation, experiences God's love in different degrees. Without God's love, in fact, the creation itself could not exist. And no creation could exist. Right from the smallest particle, right the way up to the human soul. So all creation experiences God's love. And all creation demonstrates and facilitates the flow of God's love in some way. And we can discuss this in more detail in some examples, but the reality is that if you examine any creation, any creature, in a relative point of isolation, which of course is very difficult to do, given the fact that we are all observers that influence the outcome of any choice, and that applies to the human soul in particular. But if you examine creation and see what it does, it automatically works in harmony to restore the most loving condition. Right? And this is something that's demonstrated in all of God's creation. And to be honest with you, that even applies to a disease that's inside of your physical body. It's working to restore a loving condition. The disease is demonstrating to you, consistently, in fact, demonstrating to you. So every disease has a permanent, consistent cause. One disease of one type has the same cause every single time. And this demonstrates to us, when we have a disease, that we're out of harmony with some issue of love. Right? So even a disease is trying to demonstrate and facilitate your understanding of love. Right? Important to understand these things. And the human soul can enter a love-based relationship with God based on this principle. In fact, if the love principle didn't exist at all, then how can we ever have a flow of emotion that we call love? There would be no such thing as a relationship that's based on love, and there'd be no such thing as a potential relationship with God without it either. So the love principle is extremely, well, it's the pinnacle of all importances with regard to principles. So there's the love principle. Let's have a look at the examples.